Yahoo Finance's Allie Canal is on the case. And Allie, what's going on here?
Yeah, a bombshell executive shakeup. And the big question on investors' minds is, who is Greg Peters? What can he bring to this company? And I think it's important to understand how involved Peters has been on the product side of this business. He was very responsible for launching that ad-supported tier in November. He helped spearhead Netflix's push into gaming, and he also led the expansion of Netflix into Japan. So he's been involved with this company for well over a decade. On the earnings call, Reed Hastings did say that this has been a succession plan that has been in place for 10 years. And basically yesterday's announcement makes something that was unofficial official. So, we'll have to see how this goes moving forward. It's this changing of the guards, though, that we've really seen across tech, across media. If you think about some companies like Amazon, like Twitter, even Disney, weird situation with Bob Iger leaving the company and then returning. But even Bob Iger is searching for his next executive. And we seem to be entering phase 2, some would even argue phase 3 of the streaming wars. And because of that, there's a new emphasis on profitability, not as much of a focus on subscribers. And there might be other executives that are better suited for that phase. And regardless, investors don't really seem to care. The stock is up about 6% in the pre-market. And Jared, you pointed this out. If these pre-market gains hold, the stock will have more than doubled from its May 2021 low. So positive sentiment on the street right now.
Even as you were mentioning Disney, it perhaps begs the question if Disney should move to a co-CEO strategy as well in the future. That's a different question for a different day. But as long as we're talking about Netflix, listening into the earnings call, it was interesting to see how much they're looking to monetize every single user and really crack down on even some of the password sharing. But notably here, I did want to play this clip from that earnings call when they were talking about when we can expect to see even more of the accounts that we were talking about yesterday on the advertising tier, when we can expect that to really show up even more so in that subscription growth as well.
I just want to emphasize it's a multi-year path. So we're not going to be larger than Hulu in year one, but hopefully over the next several years, we can be at least as large, and we wouldn't be getting into this business, obviously, Reed, if it couldn't be a meaningful portion of our business.
So plain and simple, what is the outlook for Netflix subscription growth here?
Well, it's worth flagging that we're not going to have subscriber guidance from Netflix moving forward, since they have said that revenue is their top line metric. And you have to wonder how well this stock would have done if we were not provided with that sub guidance of 4.5 million. I think it would have been a lot harder for investors to contextualize how big of a beat this was on the subscriber side. So moving forward, I do think that Netflix will have to provide more specifics on the ad tier, more specifics on that password sharing crackdown. How are those efforts adding to incremental revenue, adding to subscriber gains? And on the earnings call, we did get a bit of color, not too much detail considering these initiatives just recently launched. But, we just heard in that soundbite that Netflix believes they can surpass Hulu's ad business in a few years. They want this to be bigger than at least 10% of its revenue. So that's really the focus here. That's what's important. That's what's driving the business. And Ted Sarandos did say that really this all leads back to content. If you have solid content, that's going to drive subscribers on both premium tiers as well as ad supported, and that's going to lead to profitability. So I think in 2023, we're going to see more heavy hitting content. They're still keeping up that $17 billion spend when it comes to content. And on the ad side, I think we're just going to need a little bit more specificity. If that's
Specificity.
Yeah, I got it right.
Yeah, you did it the first time.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think that really is going to be number one for investors.
All right, number one for me right now is to finish Wednesday. I still have a little bit of work to do on
that's
that.
next on my list. Yeah. I'm chugging through Emily in Paris right now.
There you go. All right. That's gotten mixed reviews here in the newsroom, but we'll leave that conversation for later. Yahoo Finance's own Allie Canal, thanks for breaking down the numbers here with us.